Hey guys, so this is PhySiyensa. For today's episode, we will be discussing you first, the people who contributed to the periodic table of elements. Second, naming covalent compounds. And third, how to formulate the chemical formula of ionic compounds.
Good day, everyone. We are about to introduce to you the people behind the periodic table of elements.
First, we have Antoine Lavoisier. He wrote the first certainly extensive list of elements and distinguished between metal and non-metal.
The second one is John Jacob Berzelius. He developed a table of atomic weights and introduced letters to symbolize them.
Third one, Johann Duvernier. He developed triads, the group of three elements with similar properties.
Fourth one is John Newlands. He proposed that the known elements were arranged in order of atomic weights.
He also proposed the law of octaves or octet rule that states that for an element to be stable, it requires 8 valence electrons on the outer shell of
The outermost shell.
It requires 8 valence electrons in the outermost shell.
The next one is Lothar Meyer. He compiled the periodic table of 56 elements based on the periodicity of properties such as smaller volume when arranged in order of atomic weight.
Next, we have Dmitri Mendeleev. Next, we have Dmitri Mendeleev. He grouped atoms based on atomic weight. He also considers the father of modern periodic table.
Next is William Ramsay. He discovered the noble gas.
We all know that the noble gas is the most stable element in the periodic table.
The next one is Henry Moseley. He determined the atomic number of each element.
He also proposed the periodic law that states that for the property of an element varies according to its atomic weight.
The next one is Glenn Seaborg. He synthesized transuranic element,
Transuranium element from 93 to 118, and inner transition, the longest row in the periodic table of element, which is 57 to 103. So that is how modern periodic tables were modified through the years. That's all.
Thank you! Wala, hindi man lang outro na.
Hello. So on this part, I will teach you how to name covalent compounds. Covalent compounds are formed by two non-metal elements. Where are the non-metal elements in the periodic table? Here, you will see the non-metal elements on the right side of this staircase. So, it starts with boron, then silicon, then arsenic, then tellurium, then astatine. So on this part, I will teach you the step-by-step process on how to name the covalent compounds. The first step, for the first element, start with the element name. You will change nothing, just the element name. For the second element, start with the IDE name. In this video, I will just flash the list of IDE names that you can find on the periodic table. For the third step, use the prefixes to show how many atoms of type there are. There are different prefixes in each number. So I will also flash the list here. On the first example, we have N2O3. Just like what I said in the first step, write the base name of the element. So N stands for nitrogen. Next, the second element is the oxygen. We will write the IDE name of oxygen, which is oxide. Next, we will write the prefixes based on how many numbers there are in the chemical formula. So 2 stands for di. So we will write di here. Di. And the O3 stands for tri. So we will write tri here. So The complete chemical name of N2O3 is dinitrogen trioxide. For the second example, we have P4S10. P stands for phosphorus. S stands for sulfur, but we will get the IDE name of sulfur, which is sulfide. Then, we will add the prefixes based on the number of atoms each element. So 4 stands for tetra. Tetra. Then 10 stands for deca. So, the name of the chemical P4S10 is tetraphosphorus decasulfide. The last and third example is CF4. C stands for carbon. F stands for fluorine, and we will get the IDE name of fluorine, which is fluoride. C has one atom in its element, so it stands for mono. But we don't write mono in the first element. It is somehow prohibited because of some reasons. So we will just continue on fluoride. 4 stands for tetra. So the chemical name of this the chemical name of CS4 is carbon tetrafluoride. That's all. Thank you, guys.
Hi guys, and now I will be teaching you how to formulate the chemical formula of an ionic compound using the crisscross method. Let's go!
Before going to the first example, let me explain to you that ionic compounds are composed of one non-metal element and one metal element. Our first example is Mg, which stands for magnesium with a charge of +2 and nitrogen with a charge of -2. We will crisscross it. The +2 charge of magnesium will go down to the side of nitrogen, and the -3 charge of nitrogen will go down to the side of magnesium. The answer is, the final answer for this formula is Mg3N2. For you to know what are the different charges of different elements, please refer to their group. Group number 1 has +1 charge. Group 2 has +2 charge. And Group 5 has a -3 charge. And Group 6 has a -2 charge. And lastly, Group 7 has a -1 charge. Our second example is strontium, which has a negative The second example is strontium with a charge of +2 because it is located in group 2, and oxygen, which has a -2 charge because it is located in group 6. So, like in the first example, we will crisscross it. The +2 charge of strontium will go down to the side of oxygen, and the -2 charge of oxygen will go down to the side of strontium. And the final answer to this formula is Sr2O2. Thank you! The next example.
1, 2, 3, go. We have Dmitry Mendeleev.
Oo nga, ano